Topkapi Palace bursts with life. A grand procession marking Abdülmecid's ascent to the Ottoman throne amidst waving banners. Trumpets blare, their triumphant notes echoing through the vast courtyard. Celebrating the young sultan's reign, Abdülmecid is surrounded by splendor, his royal robes shimmering in the sunlight, a figure of power and authority. Despite the pomp, Abdülmecid's gaze is distant, his youthful face etched with deep concern. His eyes reflect the weight of his new empire, a vast and troubled realm stretching beyond the palace walls. The celebration continues, oblivious to the young sultan's anxieties, highlighting the burden of leadership. Candlelight paints the opulent harem as Abdülmecid, troubled and young, faces his mother, Valide Sultan Besmialem. Shadows dance, mirroring the turmoil in Abdülmecid's eyes as he confesses, "Mother, I am afraid." Valide Sultan Besmialem listens, regal, advising. "Fear is a tool, not a master. Use it to sharpen your resolve." Abdülmecid vows, "I intend to enact reforms," his words echoing with both hope and desperation. "Be just, be wise, and God will guide your hand." Valide Sultan urges, her gaze firm and unwavering. Sunlight floods the council chamber as Abdülmecid, young and regal, stands at the head, scroll in hand, a determined glint in his eyes. Abdülmecid declares, "Today, we stand at the precipice of a new era," his voice resonating with conviction and hope. Council Member 1 voices support. "Your Majesty, these reforms sound promising." A glimmer of optimism in his tone. Council Member 2 counters with concern. "But at what cost? These changes could undermine the very foundations of our traditions." Council Member 3 warns, "We must proceed with caution. Are we prepared for the potential consequences?" The air thickens with tension. A sea of faces fills Gülhane Park, a crowd buzzing with anticipation under the bright daylight. Abdülmecid stands, a beacon of authority, ready to alter the course of the empire. The air crackles with history as the Gülhane Hat, whose sheriff is proclaimed. Narration: the decree promises protection of life, property, and honor for all Ottoman subjects. Sunlight floods the classroom, illuminating rows of wooden desks where children from diverse backgrounds sit together. The classroom buzzes with youthful energy, a lively murmur filling the air as children study side by side. Maps of Europe and the Ottoman Empire adorn the walls, symbols of Abdülmecid's vision. Children in traditional Ottoman clothing mingle with those in more westernized attire. The diverse clothing represents a society in transition, blending old traditions with new influences. A unified and modern Ottoman society comes to life as children learn together in the sunlit classroom. Sunlight floods the courtroom, highlighting the solemn faces of the judges as they study translated legal codes. Lawyers passionately present their cases, their voices echoing through the high-ceilinged chamber. The accused and plaintiff listen with rapt attention, their fates hanging in the balance. A palpable tension fills the air, the weight of justice pressing down on all present. The courtroom stands as a symbol of tradition meeting reform under the new Tanzimat. Inside the ministry, a hive of focused activity unfolds as officials diligently shape the course of reform. The atmosphere buzzes with purpose, each action contributing to a streamlined administration. Faces are etched with determination, reflecting the weight of their governance responsibilities. Every desk is a station of progress, driving towards marked improvements in governance. The collective energy in the office signals a powerful force for change, a new era of efficiency. Under a bright sun, reorganized Ottoman military units drill on the training ground. Soldiers advance, rifles raised, modern tactics on full display. A line of soldiers demonstrates a coordinated firing sequence. Smoke rising. Officers observe, their expressions stern and assessing. Clipboards in hand. New weaponry gleams, reflecting Abdülmecid's dedication to modernization. The rhythmic march of boots echoes, a symbol of the reformed army's strength. Inside Dolmabahçe Palace, Abdülmecid observes the bustling construction, his gaze sweeping over the European-influenced designs. Sunlight streams through the vast windows, illuminating the intricate details of the palace's architecture. The Bosphorus glitters outside, a serene contrast to the active construction within the palace walls. Abdülmecid's expression is resolute, his posture reflecting the weight of his vision for a modern empire. The palace stands as a testament to progress, its grandeur a symbol of Abdülmecid's ambitious reforms. On the shimmering Bosphorus, a lavish boat cuts through the water, carrying Abdülmecid towards destiny. Abdülmecid sits regally, his gaze drawn to the gleaming white marble of Dolmabahçe Palace. The palace rises majestically, a symbol of ambition and the challenges that lie ahead. Sunlight dances on the water, reflecting in Abdülmecid's contemplative eyes as he surveys his future. A thoughtful expression settles on his face, a mix of determination and apprehension as he considers his path. The boat glides on, carrying Abdülmecid closer to the palace and the weight of his impending decisions. The British embassy gleams under chandeliers. Abdülmecid and the British ambassador face each other across polished wood. An ornate room holds secrets unspoken, power plays in hushed tones. Abdülmecid's gaze is intense, a silent demand in the air. The European balance hangs precariously as Abdülmecid speaks. It is crucial that we discuss forming an alliance against Russia, Abdülmecid declares, his voice firm. His words echo, a challenge to the ambassador, a plea for unity against the looming Russian threat. Inside the French embassy, dim light etches deep shadows. Abdülmecid sits opposite the French ambassador. A tense silence fills the air, punctuated only by the delicate clinking of glasses. Abdülmecid leans forward, his expression a mix of hope and desperation. I seek your support in the face of Russian aggression, Abdülmecid declares, his voice resonating with urgency. On the Crimean battlefield, allied Ottoman, British, and French soldiers face the Russian forces amidst billowing smoke and chaos. Cannons roar and muskets crackle, a deafening symphony of destruction echoing across the ravaged landscape. Men scream and fall, their bodies torn by bullets and shrapnel. The air is thick with the stench of gunpowder and blood, a grim testament to the brutal cost of war. Abdülmecid walks through the silent wards, a sea of bandaged soldiers watching him with tired eyes. He pauses at each bed, offering a gentle handshake, his face a mask of deep concern. I am deeply grateful for your service, Abdülmecid says, his voice filled with emotion. You will receive the best possible care here, he assures, a promise etched in his determined gaze. In the ornate council chamber, Abdülmecid's grave expression sets the tone as sunlight illuminates dust motes and maps. Council members murmur, tension thick in the air as they face the daunting reality of the Crimean War. Abdülmecid's voice cuts through the unease. Gentlemen, let us discuss the current state of affairs in Crimea. The situation is precarious, Council Member 1 admits, the weight of responsibility heavy in his tone. Council Member 2 presses. We must consider a new strategy. The current one is not yielding the desired results. Abdülmecid's eyes narrow, demanding, what alternatives do you propose? We cannot afford to lose this war. The Black Sea churns as Ottoman warships clash with Russian forces, a horizon ablaze with cannon fire. Vibrant flags flutter amidst the smoke, marking the Ottoman fleet's fierce naval dominance. Cannons roar, each blast a testament to the Ottoman Navy's relentless power and strategic maneuvers. A vast ballet of destruction unfolds as empires collide on the open sea, banners billowing in the wind. Abdülmecid presides over a long, ornate table, his presence commanding amidst the assembly of European diplomats. The room is heavy with the scent of ink and tension as a French diplomat speaks, his words carefully chosen. Abdülmecid's jeweled hand gestures, emphasizing his points as he navigates the treacherous negotiations. Sweat beads on his brow, a testament to the immense pressure of the post-Crimean War discussions. His eyes dart around the room, assessing the subtle reactions of each diplomat, searching for any sign of advantage. Istanbul explodes in jubilant celebration as the Crimean War ends, a city united in joy. The streets are flooded with people, their faces alight with relief and newfound hope. A wave of gratitude washes over the crowd, their cheers echoing through the ancient city. The air vibrates with heartfelt appreciation for Abdülmecid's leadership, a hero's welcome. Candlelight paints the opulent harem as Abdülmecid, burdened, paces before the Valide Sultan. Abdülmecid vents his frustration. "Mother, the reforms, they face resistance at every turn." The Valide Sultan, etched with wisdom, responds, "My son, the path to justice is never easy. Remember the promise you made to your people," she urges, her words a beacon in the shadows. Abdülmecid walks the gravel path of the imperial gardens, his brow furrowed with the weight of his decisions. The scent of roses fills the air as he pauses, lost in contemplation amidst the manicured beauty. He reflects on the advancements of his reforms. The staunch opposition they face weighs heavily on the Sultan. In the ornate council chamber, Abdülmecid raises his hand, commanding silence with regal authority. Sunlight bathes the faces of the council, a mix of anticipation and trepidation etched in their solemn gazes. Abdülmecid begins reading the hat, Humayun, its elegant script promising profound change. Abdülmecid issues the hat, Humayun, expanding earlier reforms. The narration echoes through the tense chamber, bathed in sunlight. Istanbul Square throngs with anticipation as the hat, Humayun, is proclaimed. A wave of jubilant cheers erupts as some embrace, flags waving, lost in the fervor of the moment. Whispers ripple through the crowd as skepticism clouds the faces of those who stand in opposition. A palpable tension hangs in the air, the square divided between hope and doubt. The sun casts long shadows, a silent witness to the unfolding drama in Istanbul Square. Sunlight floods the government office, illuminating diligent officials navigating reforms. Papers shuffle, keyboards clack, phones ring a symphony of bureaucratic activity. Entrenched obstacles loom, threatening to derail the progress of the reforms. Societal prejudices cast a long shadow, challenging the officials' efforts. Despite their dedication, the weight of the system bears down on them. The fight for progress continues against the relentless tide of bureaucracy. Inside the Grand Mosque, conservative religious leaders stand firm, their presence commanding the sacred space. Their voices echo powerfully, resonating against the walls as they preach with fervent conviction. Each word ignites a fire of resistance, stirring the hearts of the faithful against the proposed reforms. The air crackles with palpable tension, charged by the leader's unwavering stance. Deeply held beliefs ignite, transforming the congregation into a united front against change. The coffee house glows warmly, a refuge from the night, as a haze of cigarette smoke swirls beneath the hanging lamps. Hushed conversations mingle with fervent debates, creating a symphony of intellectual fervor. Animated figures lean in, their faces lit with passion as they discuss the reforms shaping their world. Every gesture is amplified in the smoky air, each word carrying the weight of change and anticipation. Abdülmecid sits at a mahogany table, facing stern European bankers, sunlight revealing dust motes in the air. He gestures, emphasizing modernization projects, the fate of an empire hanging in the balance. Beads of sweat glisten on his brow, a stark testament to the crushing weight of the empire's debt. The weight of his nation presses down on him in the opulent banking house, a silent battle waged. Telegraph lines cut across the vast landscape, silent messengers of a connected empire. They stand as a testament to progress, promising swift communication across the land. The lines ripple with unseen potential, hinting at the future of trade and connection. Each pole a sentinel, watching over the empire's sprawling domain. Railway tracks cut across the landscape, steel arteries promising to connect the far reaches of the empire. The rhythmic clang of hammers echoes, a symphony of progress as workers meticulously lay the tracks. Sparks fly as spikes are driven deep into the wooden ties, securing the future of the realm. Sweat glistens on the brows of laborers, their efforts weaving a web of commerce and connection. The screech of metal grates against metal, a harsh yet hopeful song of industrial might. This railway is a symbol of progress, promising to boost growth and trade throughout the land. The printing press thumps, a symphony of industry as newspapers pour forth, each page a fresh decree. Ink-stained workers navigate the maze of machinery, their faces grim and focused. The air hangs thick with the scent of paper and ink, a palpable essence of the press's dominion. Each paper bears silent witness to the relentless pursuit of information, a testament to the power of words. The lab buzzes with focused activity, scientists moving with purpose amidst a symphony of bubbling beakers and humming machinery. White coats blur as experiments progress, each scientist driven by an insatiable thirst for scientific discovery. Faces are lit by the glow of complex machinery, reflecting the dedication and intensity within the scientific minds. The air vibrates with quiet energy, a testament to the transformative power of Abdülmecid's generous patronage. Abdülmecid walks the bustling school hallway, sunlight illuminating eager faces and creating an atmosphere of youthful energy. He pauses, a warm smile lighting his face as he greets a group of children amidst the lively sounds of the school. The air buzzes with chatter and the rustle of books, creating a symphony of learning and growth. Abdülmecid shares words of wisdom. Education is the key to unlocking your potential. His encouraging words resonate. Never stop learning, never stop growing, inspiring the students around him. Abdülmecid sits at a grand mahogany desk, sunlight illuminating the dust motes dancing in the air around him. Towering shelves of books surround him, a testament to his thirst for knowledge and intellectual curiosity. He is deeply engrossed in a text, his brow furrowed in concentration as he absorbs the words. With a quill pen, he pauses to make notes, capturing his thoughts on the ancient wisdom before him. Torches flicker in the council chamber, casting long, dancing shadows across stern faces. Abdülmecid, young but burdened, sits at the head of the table, the weight of leadership heavy on him. The air is thick with unspoken tension, each breath a silent accusation. He feels the simmering resentment from the conservative factions, their disapproval palpable. His reforms are seen as a betrayal, a dangerous departure from sacred tradition. Each flickering flame mirrors the volatile emotions, threatening to engulf the chamber. Candlelight paints the opulent harem as Abdülmecid sits, his young face etched with worry, across from his mother. Shadows lengthen, mirroring the Sultan's heavy heart. The throne feels more like a cage, mother. The path of a sultan is never easy. His mother replies, her voice a soothing balm in the ornate chamber. Abdülmecid's voice cracks with doubt. I fear I am not strong enough. You are a lion, she insists, her gaze firm. Persevere, and you will overcome. Abdülmecid sits alone in a small boat, the Bosphorus stretching before him, shimmering under the sun. The gentle rocking of the boat offers little comfort against the storm raging within him. His gaze is lost in the distance, the weight of the empire a palpable burden on his shoulders. The beauty of the Bosphorus is a stark contrast to the turmoil reflected in his eyes. Chandeliers blaze, casting light on the opulent Dolmabahçe Palace ballroom, alive with music and vibrant energy. Elegant guests fill the hall, their laughter blending with the orchestra's enchanting melodies. Servants weave through the crowd, offering trays of delicacies and sparkling drinks. Abdülmecid stands tall, his regal presence embodying the empire's modern sophistication. He surveys the grand ball, a subtle smile hinting at his satisfaction with the evening spectacle. The palace glows, a beacon of power and prestige under the night sky. Sunlight floods the council chamber, as Abdülmecid stands, a figure of authority at the head of the ornate table. He addresses his council, his voice resonating with conviction, each word carefully chosen. Abdülmecid gestures emphatically, his passion igniting the room as he speaks of reform. "We must remain committed to the reforms," Abdülmecid declares, his eyes sweeping across the faces of his council. "The future of the empire depends on it," he asserts, the weight of his words hanging heavy in the air. "We must work together for the betterment of our empire," Abdülmecid pleads, a glimmer of hope in his voice. In the barracks, soldiers gather, their faces etched with concern under the harsh glare of a bare bulb. "These reforms, they're saying it'll make us stronger," Soldier 1 says, a hint of doubt in his voice. Soldier 2 retorts, "Efficient, maybe, but at what cost?" His eyes reflect worry, a sense of unease. "Come on, give them a chance," Soldier 3 urges, hope flickering in his expression. Soldier 4 counters, "Easy for you to say. You're not on the front lines." His face hardens with resolve. "Let's just hope they know what they're doing," Soldier 1 says, a shared anxiety hanging heavy. Warm light bathes the coffee house, illuminating a battleground of fervent debate. Steam rises from mugs, mingling with the tense air as voices clash over the reforms. Some patrons nod vigorously, their faces alight with fervent support. Others vehemently oppose, their expressions etched with concern and defiance. Inside the bustling government office, harried officials navigate a maze of paperwork, their faces etched with concern. Phones ring incessantly, a constant reminder of the overwhelming challenges they face in implementing the reforms. Frustrated voices murmur through the air, a palpable sense of bureaucratic obstacles and societal resistance. Stacks of unopened files teeter precariously, mirroring the immense pressure and challenges of their mission. Sunlight floods the school, illuminating rows of eager students, ready to embrace a new day of learning. Teachers stand at the head of classrooms, their kind smiles reflecting a passion for imparting knowledge. The air buzzes with the sounds of learning, a symphony of young voices and rustling papers filling the halls. Laughter echoes, a testament to the joy found within the walls of education. Each student absorbs the lessons, their minds blossoming with the promise of modernity and progress. A vibrant tableau of youth, knowledge, and aspiration unfolds under the warm, inviting light of the school. Inside the bustling hospital, doctors and nurses navigate the scene with practiced efficiency. Each movement underscores Abdülmecid's commitment to public health. Modern medical equipment gleams, promising advanced care to those in need. Clean, orderly environments reflect a dedication to healing and well-being. The heart of the hospital beats steadily, a testament to Abdülmecid's vision. In the Grand Council chamber, Abdülmecid's commanding presence fills the room, his voice resonating with authority. He passionately gestures, emphasizing justice, equality, and progress to his attentive council. Sunlight pours through the tall windows, casting a divine light on this pivotal moment of leadership. The council members listen with grave expressions, each absorbing the weight of Abdülmecid's words. Soft light bathes the opulent harem, casting a warm glow on Abdülmecid and his family. Concern lines their faces, but their eyes reflect unwavering love and steadfast support for their leader. Abdülmecid seems to draw strength from their presence, finding solace in their shared bond. A moment of quiet peace settles over the room, a fragile calm before the impending storm. Abdülmecid stands on the shores of the Bosphorus, his gaze fixed on the horizon. The vast expanse of water mirrors the depth of his contemplation. He considers the empire's trials, etched on his face with worry. A flicker of determination sparks within him amidst the challenges and hopes. In the opulent Dolmabahçe Palace, shadows deepen as night falls. Abdülmecid, weakened by illness, falters, his strength visibly waning. He struggles to maintain his composure, but his body betrays him. A wave of dizziness washes over him, blurring the grandeur around him. His breath hitches, a silent struggle against the encroaching darkness. Abdülmecid collapses, his fall echoing in the vast, silent palace. Within the opulent Dolmabahçe Palace, a palpable tension hangs heavy as doctors gather around Abdülmecid. Their faces are etched with concern as they flutter, trying desperately to alleviate his suffering. Despite their best efforts, Abdülmecid's condition continues its relentless decline. The gilded room seems to hold its breath, the silence amplifying the gravity of the moment. Each tick of the ornate clock echoes like a mournful drumbeat in the palace halls. A sense of impending doom settles over the scene, casting a shadow on the once vibrant room. In the dimly lit Dolmabahçe Palace, Abdülmecid lies pale on his deathbed, shadows dancing on the ornate walls. Family and advisors gather, their faces etched with grief, the room heavy with unspoken tension. The ornate details of the palace serve as a stark contrast to the somber scene unfolding within. Each breath Abdülmecid takes is a heavy sigh, marking the end of an era in the grand palace. In the opulent Dolmabahçe Palace, Abdülmecid lies still, life extinguished at just 38. A heavy silence descends, broken only by the soft rustle of silk and the distant mournful cries. The air is thick with unspoken grief and the weight of succession. Whispers carry the news. Abdülaziz, his brother, will ascend the throne. A new sultan is named, yet the palace remains shrouded in somber hues. The reign of Abdülmecid is over, and a new chapter begins in the Ottoman Empire. A solemn funeral procession moves through Istanbul's ancient streets, the air thick with sorrow. Mourners crowd the roadsides, their faces reflecting the deep grief over Abdülmecid's passing. The architecture subtly echoes the Tanzimat reforms, a silent testament to the Sultan's legacy. Grief hangs heavy in the air, each face a portrait of loss against the backdrop of the city. Though the Reforming Sultan is gone, his influence lingers, shaping the very fabric of the empire.